One of the business sector that really related to movie industry is cinema business. Tight competition had contributed dynamic to the industry as a whole. And in this segment, I would like to present to you some data about Indonesia's cinema industry. One topic that had been talked about in social media was about the closing down of Cinema XX1 in Taman Ismail Marzuki last August. And here's the list of the cinemas that had been closed down in 2019. Okay, we're going to see the first one that had been closed. Actually, in January 16, 2019, PT Graha Layar Prima Tbk, or this is the listed company with the stock code BLTZ. Actually, the numbers of the cinema that belong to this company, as much as 10 cinemas that had been, closed down. The reason, just because the contract was ended. And then the second cinema that had been closed down actually happened in March 3rd, 2019. Actually, it was XX1 Pejaten Village Mall replaced by Cinemax, that is belongs to Lipo Group. And then the last one, as I told you before, is the close down of Taman Ismail Marzuki, or XX1 Taman Ismail Marzuki. And one of the reasons why they're closing down their cinema just because their contract had ended. And one of the Indonesia's or Jakarta's iconic cinema located in Taman Ismail Marzuki complex in Cikini Central, Jakarta, had stopped operating by August 19, 2019. According to Cineplex 21 management, the operation termination caused by contract deadline that already reached its end. The building then will be renovated, then will be enlarged. Cineplex 21 Cinema planning to be the part of the building in the future, or in the near future, so it is not closed permanently. So that is a good news for you. So how about the number of cinema in Indonesia time to time? Let's see the next graphic. This is numbers of the cinema screen time to time. In 1990, the number of the cinema screen in Indonesia reaching 3,000 screens, but it declined significantly in 2008. The number of the cinema screen only reached 574. In 2017, the number of the cinema screen jumped up to 1,518, and 2018, the number of cinema screen in Indonesia hop up to 1,682 cinemas. The cinema business previously predicted will continue to grow this year. Creative Economic Body, or the BECRAF, predicted that the number of cinema screen can be reached 4,000 screens in this year only. Cinema business will be expanded not only in the big cities but also in some regions in Indonesia. BECRAF will also work together with local governments in order to engage in new investments that enter into the area. According to BECRAF, cinema business will grow rapidly since the comparison of the numbers of cinema and the numbers of the people still far. After knowing the numbers of cinema in Indonesia, so how huge actually the number of moviegoers in Indonesia, which is being considered as potential market for movie and cinema industry. Let's see the next data. This is numbers of moviegoers in million people. Okay, in 2015, actually the number of moviegoers only reaching 16 million people. The number keeps increasing. To 2018, the number reached 48 million people. And in 2019, the number of moviegoers that, love to go to the cinema and watching some good movies, including me, reaching 60 million people. Creative Economy Body of Indonesia, or BECRAF, targeted the number of moviegoers this year will achieve 60 million people. In 2019, this number is increased compared to the last year target that was only 52 million people. According to the head of Creative Economy Body, Triawan Munaf, BECRAF needs to work really hard to achieve that target. One of the challenges that needs to be tackled is people's limited access in watching movies in some remote areas. Indonesia's cinema industry had been occupied by some huge players. Who are they? Let's see the next graphic. This is the 5 companies with the largest number of cinema, or let's say this is the 5 biggest players in cinema industry. The first one, of course, Cineplex 21, with the number of the cinema reaching 1,046 cinemas. CGV, 331 cinemas. Cinemax, 235 cinemas. Independent cinemas, the total number of the independent cinemas in Indonesia reaching 44 cinemas. And New Star, actually, this kind of not really familiar but actually the number of the cinema that is belong to New Star, as much as 34 cinemas. Continue to capture the market. Cinema 21 continues, or Cineplex 21 continues to do expansion of the cinema network. Other than, according to Catherine Kang, corporate communication of Cineplex 21, another strategy that implemented so far is by giving facilities to communities through the best videos and audio system, providing foods and online ticketing that is user-friendly, so it makes the ticket buying process easier. And to make today's infographic segment more interesting, we will see some fact sheet about Indonesia's cinema industry. These are the list of interesting facts. According to Bekraf, or economic creative body of Indonesia, ideally Indonesia should have 3,000 cinema screens, but so far in Java only, the number of cinema reaching 988 screens concentrated in Java Island, and from 541 cities or districts, only 79 of them have cinemas. And then the investment value of one studio reaching 48 billion rupiah, and the total revenue prediction of cinema sector in 2019 will be reached 2.4 trillion rupiah. Millennials have a special behavior when it comes to watching films in the cinema. According to Movio research, millennials still allocate their money to watch movies in the cinema. In average, they are still watching 6.2 films title per year. This fact is breaking the opinion that nowadays millennials start to leave cinema and love to watch movies and serials streamingly. This research is also said that 30% of loyal movie-goers are millennials. And let us support Indonesia's cinema industry by keep going to cinema and watch some great movies with your beloved. And stay tuned on Market Headlines, because we'll be right back after the break.